In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a Google form, view your results, and then take those results and put them on a Google Slides. First thing you need to do is go to Google, go to your square, and locate Google Forms. If it doesn't pop up in your square, you can just simply type into Google Forms and find it that way. You can use the templates at the top. However, today we're going to start with a blank form. Now, this video is specifically for my sociology class where we have created surveys. So I'm going to use the questions from my sample survey. For your project, you must have created 5 to 10 questions, and these are some of the questions that you had to have. You would have already distributed your surveys and collected your results. Now what you're trying to do is analyze those results, and this is the easiest way that we've found to do that. So what I'm going to do is put in my questions that I had on my sample survey. So number 1 is age, 2, gender. So however you have these on your survey is how you will need to input those into Google Forms. So here's what I'm going to do. Survey. Okay, we click out and click at the top, and it'll save that for us. Next thing we will want to do, the first question, we're going to say survey number. And we want to make sure that required is clicked, because when you guys get ready to input all of your surveys, paper surveys, you'll need to number each one to ensure that you have not put in the same survey multiple times. So go through and number your surveys first, and then that's where you will type in what number survey you're inputting. So when we want to do a new question, we're going to hit the plus over here to the side. It's going to give us a new question. So the first question on mine was age. So we're going to do age, and it's going to pop up short answer, but you can change that if you want. So you can do a short answer, a paragraph, multiple choice. This is sort of a check all that apply. So if you had a question like that, a check all that apply. A drop down. This is your linear scale, which is your 1 to 5, kind of how we talked about. And then these two, you probably won't use those in this assignment, but they do have multiple choice grid and then checkbox grid, and then you can put your time and date in there as well. So we're going to leave this as a short answer. If you start looking through your surveys and you're like, you know what, the only people that have answered these surveys are from ages 15 to 18, you could change that to multiple choice and type in here 15, 16, 17, 18. You could do that as well. Or if you have multiple ages and you don't feel like typing all of them in, you could leave it as the short answer. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. All right, so we're going to go over our next question, which is gender. So I have male, female, prefer not to answer. So on this one, I am going to do a multiple choice. Male, and we're going to hit add all. Sometimes it'll give you a option where it gives you a suggested answer. And so you can do that. That way you don't have to type it all out. So there's that. And we're going to add another. What type of phone do you own? And if you want and you have these typed out, you can just copy, paste in there. I'd like to do that. And let's see if they'll bring the list. Sometimes it does. Nope, that didn't. Android, Apple, whatever. New question. Oh, okay, I just had yes or no, so I'm gonna get rid of maybe over here. You can X out if you would like. All right, so here's my scale. Do that. And see how it changed my question from short answer to linear scale? So 1 to 5. And here's my 1. See how I had 1, 5 there. So my 1 was completely unsatisfied, 5 was completely satisfied. Here, and it pops up, so you can see. Let's see. Next question. This is a check all that apply question. And you can see over here that it did change to a checkbox. Copy and paste. So it did put all those on there. Two more. More question. Last question is our open-ended question. And we're going to change that to short answer. So now that we're all finished, we have all of our questions in there. And if you want to look to see what it looks like, and then if you're ready to start taking your surveys, entering your paper surveys into the digital, we're going to hit the little eyeball that says preview. And so what it'll do is it'll pop up and that's what your survey looks like. So at this point, you, or if you're working with a partner or group, would divide those up and start inputting this. So I'm just going to pretend that I'm gonna put in 5. Let's say survey number 1, 15, female, apple, no, or I'm just gonna click random. I don't know, 45. Let's just go like that. We're gonna hit submit. And we have a link here to submit another response. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to keep hitting that link and submitting every single survey until you have all of your surveys input. So we're going to say survey 2. And I'm going to put NA. Next. I'm making these up just in case you're curious. How many have I done so far? 4. Okay. Last. What happens if they pick all of these? Oh. Um, all right. We've input all of our surveys. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to see our responses. So if you see up here at the top, questions, responses, and it shows we have 5. We're going to click 5 and it shows who is responding. So that's going to be your email or your partner's emails on there. And it says survey number. We have 5 responses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you can see we have these beautiful charts here, okay? And then it also has your question. It gives you a percentage and all of that fun stuff. We also have some bar charts, some line, and then that's our short response questions. So what you can do now to make this super easy on yourself and or your group mates, you're going to go to Google Slides and we are going to do a new presentation. And I'm going to say Apple. And so if we look over here at if we look at the requirements for your survey results, it says, after you collect your results, you will create charts illustrating your data. Each question must have some type of graph and written explanation. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to our survey. Here's our results. Don't worry about your survey number, but this starts my questions. So my first question was age. We're going to hit copy. And we're going to go over here. We're going to hit paste. Now, we can do paste unlinked, which means that if I click the question, it's not going to open up my survey. So that's what we're going to do, because we don't really want to link it to our phone. So we're going to hit paste unlinked, and we're going to hit paste. And there's our question, our survey results, and our chart. And my written explanation would be majority of oh, that would be a written explanation of that. And then my next question. Gender, copy, go here, paste unlinked, down a little bit. And so we're going to do this for each question. Copy, paste unlinked. Let's see. On this one, if you do have a tie, I would say, what do you think there? I would say tie. That would be the analysis of the question. Tie. Given the choice, will we switch friends? That's a little big. So I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. So it fits on the side. And I would say that 40 is deeply satisfied with current. Mm, 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 okay. Mm, And on this one, if you wanted to, instead of focusing on the ones that got the highest, you could say size and speed scored the lowest. And then on this one, you can say no one complained about community. So no one um disliked food. And then the last one, if money was not an issue, you could just simply copy, highlight, control C to copy. And then come over here and control V to paste. I would probably move the question up into the top part where the title is. Right there. And then that way people could see your results there. I am going to put those in bullet points. And that way you can see what people listed out. So once you get done, that's it. You're finished with your presentation and you can go submit that onto your Google Classroom to be turned in.